So I've been on Mounjaro for 102 weeks in 5 days. I'm currently in maintenance, and if you've seen my last few videos, you'll know that at the minute I'm trying to focus on body recomposition, mainly building muscle, getting more toned, gaining strength, particularly in my arms, and getting a big peachy bum. I've mentioned previously that I've been struggling recently because I've not had a clear goal, I've not really had a focus, and I've not had, although I've been trying to build muscle, I've not had a clear way to sort of measure that. And obviously when you're losing weight, or at least when I sort of tracked that by the number on the scale. However, measurements, muscle growth takes time, and so I don't have that sort of checkpoint, if you like. So I have been finding it more difficult. So I asked ChatGPT to make me a home workout plan 3 days a week, because I thought that sounds reasonable, that sounds sustainable and achievable, and to mainly focus on glute growth. So ChatGPT gave me, I think, 2 leg/glute days a week and 1 upper body workout day a week to do at home. I've only got 1 kilogram dumbbells at the minute. I have just got some resistance bands, and you'll see them in the clips I'm about to show you. But so far in the past week, I got this off Amazon, it was $7.99. I think I put a link to it in my last video, but I'll see if I can put it again. But past week I have done 5 workouts. Now obviously my aim was 3, but I've shown clips of some of the workouts in my last few videos. But I did 2 arms, 2 sort of glute/legs, and then 1 I just made it up. I've just been easing myself in this week, so I have mainly been making it up. I've not stuck to exactly what ChatGPT said, right? I also asked ChatGPT to make me a macronutrient breakdown, because although when I was losing weight, I was trying to eat as much protein as possible. I aimed for 100 grams a day, didn't always achieve that. I've never counted carbs. I don't particularly look at the amount of fat in something. I've never been that bothered about it. But I'm not really making any progress. I've been stuck in a rut the past few months, and so something needs to change, essentially. So ChatGPT, I think they said 90 to 105 grams of protein for someone 4'11", 7 stone 6, although I might now be 7 stone 7-ish. But anyway, 4'11", 7 stone 6, who wants to build muscle without gaining fat. The past week, I'm not gonna lie, I've just been trying to get back into the swing of things. So I've not been looking at macronutrients. I've sort of give a side glance to the protein in something, but I've not been counting carbs, I've not been counting fat, I've not been sticking to whatever it was that ChatGPT suggested. But I have finally got myself back into a regular workout routine, and I am trying new things. I've mentioned before, I've got little twiggy, weak SpongeBob arms, and so one of my goals, because I wanted to make it, like the SMART goals, I wanted to make it achievable, and so one of the goals I've set myself is in 6 weeks' time, I want to be able to do 10 proper press-ups, not on my knees, because I kind of assumed that once I lost weight, I thought I was struggling to hold my body weight because my body weight was so large. But I still cannot do more than 3 to 4 proper press-ups without collapsing. And you'll see in the videos of me doing some of the press-ups on my knees, my arms are literally shaking to the point of failure, which for me is 2 to 3 press-ups. The past week I've been trying to focus on getting my form right. You know this already, but I've got long-standing lower back pain, current drop foot, but it is improving, fingers crossed, with physio. And I believe, I've got a weak core, right? So my back takes a lot of the strain, and I also think I've got an anterior pelvic tilt and weak hip flexors. So I've also been trying to do stretches to sort of strengthen my hip flexors, try and protect my back, and not do anything that aggravates my back. I've spent countless hours watching YouTube videos on how to do a plank and watching Chloe Ting ab workouts and all of this, but not actually put any of it into practice. So this week I've sort of really been trying, but also trying to get my form right. So I think you'll notice in some of the workouts today, I realised halfway through that my shoulders weren't sort of down and back when you're doing this. And I was really trying to focus. You'll probably see an intense look on my face, but I was really trying to focus on getting it right and not injuring myself even more. Because this morning my lower back pain was really bad, and I'm not exactly sure why. Because there was nothing acute, but it kind of, I don't know if it was sort of DOMS, but my back was aggravated this morning. So today I also tried to do core stabilization exercises, well, I tried to do the bird dog thing. I'll show you that in a minute. And also I attempted a plank, but I only attempted it twice because when I recorded myself, I don't think my form was right. And I was a bit scared of hurting my back even more. In my past couple of videos, I've already shown you clips from the first 3 workouts that I did. But the day before yesterday, my resistance bands came and I basically did a glute leg workout with banded hip thrusts, banded crab walks. Now, I've never done a crab walk before in my life, banded or unbanded, right? But that was extremely difficult. And when I was watching all the form videos, they were like, you need to lead with your knee and you need to knock your foot, like your knee needs to go out first. And I think you can see the concentration on my face. I also did banded glute bridges because normal glute bridges I've found do help alleviate my back pain, and banded hip thrusts. Now, I'm still struggling with the hip thrust. I struggle because you're meant to keep like your shoulder blades sort of, I slip down, I find that I'm slipping down. And when I tuck my chin in like this, sometimes, I don't know, I don't want to put strain on my neck, but sometimes I do, my neck is aching a bit because you're meant to like tuck your chin in like this and like do that. I also did goblet squats, again, just with the 1 kilogram dumbbell and the banded stuff that I was doing. It was the lightest resistance band. I'll show you the resistance bands I've got. I think I got them from Asda, $14.99. There's like a light, medium, heavy. It says like decathlon training, and I'm not training for decathlon, but I feel like this, I don't know what makes them specially for a decathlon because I'm not a decathlete. But what I did notice, the goblet squats, I was doing them with the 1 kilogram dumbbell, and basically my sister's always said, I think she noticed it, that me knee, right, when I'm squatting, like my left knee sort of comes inwards. And she is right, because I've videoed myself before doing it. My left knee also always clicks whenever I squat, but that's been a problem for years. Left knee goes inwards when I'm squatting, and I think in the, I don't know if I just recorded the first bit that I did, but in the later sort of sets, I did try and make a conscious effort for my knee to not sort of come inwards. But then when I Googled it, that said that might be because of my weak hip flexors as well. So I'm hoping that if these little hip flexors get strengthened, then, you know, slowly over time, but hopefully, you know, not too slowly, I'm not going to have this problem. It could just be my form. It could just be my leg wants to do that. It might not be my hip flexors. Because I know recently I've been blaming everything on my tight and my weak hip flexors and my anterior pelvic tilt and all the rest. But I am slowly doing things to try and hopefully help that. One of the reasons that I've started with the lightest resistance band is, one, obviously I'm weak, but also I want to make sure my form's right. Because I've just been, as I said, throughout my entire journey since April 2024, I've just been freestyling. I've been trying things. I have been watching videos on form and, you know, asking the gym instructor and stuff. I've not just been completely rogue, but I have just been freestyling. I've been trying things, not really getting certain things right, or a lot of things right, but I have been giving it a good go. But I don't want to injure myself anymore because my back pain's not getting any better. And to be honest, I think it's getting worse. My research on how to do things properly says that apparently when you're doing the banded glute bridges and you're doing the banded hip thrusts, you need to like push your knees outwards against the resistance band. So like when you're going up like this in the glute bridge, even when you're coming down, and I think when I first was doing the banded glute bridges, I'd kind of like have me knees spread, if you will, on whilst coming up, but then when I was going down, I'd let my knees go in. So I don't know if I need a bigger resistance, but I don't want to do that until I know I'm doing it properly. And that's why it has actually been useful to film myself. Not, obviously I need, well, don't need, but not just to share clips with you, but because, you know, when you see yourself and you're like, oh, like I didn't realise that I was doing it like that, or I didn't realise, like my knee, for example, and like my knees coming in, and the hip thrust, like my shoulder blades, I didn't realise till I watched the video that I was sliding down the sofa like that. This morning, I didn't video my first arm workout, but I'll put what I did on screen. This morning, I was genuinely still a bit sore from it, but I thought, oh, you know, it's because it's literally been, what was that, the 18th? So it's been like 6 days since I'd last did an arm workout. So I was like, we should probably do arms if you want to be able to do 10 press-ups in 6 weeks' time. Again, because I've only got 1 kilogram dumbbells, I've read in different places, different things. Some places say, if you've got a light weight, you kind of need to do more reps or like go to failure in all this, right? So I thought, oh, okay. But failure in terms of as long as you can sustain proper form. So today I did bicep curls. I hate bicep curls. I don't know why. I think the highest weight I've gone with them is 4 kilograms because because my sister's a lot stronger than me and she's there like pumping, and I'm literally like, my arms are killing me after. So I did 3 sets of bicep curls, lateral raises, around the world. Now, this is a thing that I first saw on TikTok. I'd never heard of it. I don't know if it's got a proper name. I think it's meant to be for like your bingo wings, like, do you know what I mean? So you don't take off. It's meant to help that. But that was quite difficult. And at the same time, I kept forgetting, apparently you need to put like your shoulders back and your knees slightly bent. And you know when they're like, engage your core? What does that mean? And they're like, keep a neutral spine. Like, my spine isn't very politically charged. Like, it's just, but so I had all that going in my head and I was finding it difficult because I was trying to think about everything at once, which is probably why I've got a really intense look on my face. So today, 3 sets of bicep curls, lateral raises, around the worlds, overhead tricep dips. I like that one. And then 3 sets of 10 press ups on my knees and literally shaking. And then I also attempted the bird dog, which is like, as I've said before, my coordination's terrible and I was really struggling to get my head around it because I was trying to like keep me hips like square and not do this, because I do notice one side's weaker but I can't remember which one it is. But then I was also trying to focus on like not bringing my heel too like high, and then I forgot you have to put your arm out as well. There was a lot to think about. There was a lot, and then I had to engage my core. I had to keep a neutral spine. It was a lot. But I think I recorded the first 2 sets of dog birds. I don't know why it's called a bird dog. I don't know. But I think I recorded the first 2 sets. And yeah, I was really trying to concentrate, but it is really difficult because I was suddenly thinking, oh no, my back, and then, oh, I don't want to hurt my back, and I need to keep a neutral spine and engage my core, engage your core. I just tell me like, just plain English, like word for word what to do. So I am going to try the bird dogs again because I don't think I was very successful at that. And I also had 2 attempts at a plank, but I've not included that in my, I just put it down here in like the notes section because, I mean, you'll see, I'll put it on screen. I didn't realise how bad it was. But then I looked back and I was like, my bum was like up in the air. I watched loads of YouTube videos on how to do a beginner plank. But it's different, isn't it, when you've got to put it into practice? Because I understand the theory, but then when I am actually trying to do it with my own body, it's not working, even if I think it is at the time. So that's why I'm glad that I recorded myself. But yeah, any plank tips, let me know, because apparently that's good for your core. Again, don't want to aggravate my back, so I only attempted the plank twice, and then I thought, nah. I'm sure I was better at doing a plank in June 2024 when I was obese, at my last plank attempt. I'm sure I was a lot better then. I don't know, I'm hoping practice makes perfect, but I don't want to be practicing the wrong things. So I am going to sort of keep watching form videos until it's like in my head, so I don't need to think about it when I'm trying to do all this. You know, keep your arms under your shoulders, like all of this. It's a lot. I'll keep you updated on my workouts. Again, I'm aiming for at least 3 times a week home workouts. I'm just using 1 kilogram dumbbells and resistance bands, which I will show you. So my mum got me these from Asda. I believe they were $14.99. Don't know why they're Decathlon specific, because obviously you get the rubber resistance bands, but these are like fabric ones, and apparently the fabric ones are better because, I don't know, they don't slip or something. I don't know, but this is the one that I'm using. This is the light resistance band. I've seen a lot of videos on TikTok about a lot of sort of glute exercises you can do with these bad boys, like the clamshells and donkey kicks and all the rest. So I am going to try that. Again, I'm going to keep using the light one for as long as I need to until I'm confident that my form is right and I gain a bit of strength and mainly confidence. And then, you know, I might increase the level of resistance as needed. I would like to build some abs as well as glutes this year, but at the minute I want to focus on stabilising my core and preventing lower back pain first. And I don't know how to strengthen my core if I can't do ab exercises because I've got a weak core. I don't know. There's like core stability, because they say, because you know there's the dog bird thing that I was doing. Well, there's one on your back like the dead bug, but I've tried that before and my coordination's terrible. But also because of whatever's going on with me back and my hips and all the rest, there's like a gap. I'm like, oh, maybe overarching my back or something, and you're not meant to. And so I'm too scared to try that again for now until I've mastered the bird dog and I mastered the planks. I think that's meant to help stabilise your core. I don't know what stabilising your core means. This is what I mean. This is why they just need to give you proper like English. Do you know what I mean? Like word for word, like dummy it down for me. So plan over the next week, do at least 3 home workouts, probably 1 arm, 2 glutes. I feel like I'm going to be sore after today. Stabilize my core. I'm going to keep doing sort of hip flexor stretches, and I'm going to try and stretch every day, basically specific stretches that are supposed to help your hips and all this. And I will update you probably, I don't know, because the thing is I need to do measurements actually. So next time I'll update you, I'll hopefully have some measurements for you, because otherwise I'm not going to know my progress essentially. Because the other day I measured my waist and it was like 2 inches more than the last time I'd measured it, and that put me off. So I thought, oh no, we won't do the measurements now. I still haven't done them. It's that, and I just find it really time consuming. But I'll update you when I've got something to update you about. Hopefully there'll be another video coming soon. I still need to do the video on sort of the scientific research behind the link between Mounjaro and query depression. I think it's just because I've been reading these papers and I just found it really boring. So it's hard for me to, like, you know, be upbeat and try and make a video about it. But I've done the research now, so I need to make the video. So I hope everyone has a lovely week, and I will see you all soon.